Alright guys, I got something kind of unexpected in the mail here. This is an Abus XP10. It came from Amazon and is rated 8 on a 10-point scale in terms of security. I apologize. I don't know who this is from. Nobody sent me an email or anything saying they were going to send it. And this is the only thing that was in the box. No names or anything. It just tells you the model number. That's it. But we do have a security card, which is fairly typical for the higher end locks. Let's first take a look at the cylinder. I did take a glance at this. Very, very nice. Come on, focus for me. Come on, baby. I know you can do it. Today's the day. There we go. Look at that warding on there. Very cool paracentric keyway. A lot of really sharp edges designed to grab that pick. Look, especially there on the bottom of that warding, on the bottom right. All those jagged edges. It almost looks pixelated, but I think I can reach between the warding. Kind of go from the left side. We'll try it. See what happens. Very cool, very weird looking key. Now looking at this side, you see the bitting is actually pretty good. It's a 5-pinner. You can tell that not only from the key, but also if the lock will focus, if the camera will focus, you can see 5 pins there. So that's not the big deal. The big deal might happen on the other side. Notice we got some side pins. Now I've never picked one of these. I don't know if these are active pins, which means that we have to pick them, or if they're passive pins. Passive meaning we don't have to touch them. They're strictly for key control. Now if we wanted to make a bump key, I have 3 keys in this box. I could probably make a bump key. But if you do, you don't want to affect those pins on the side, if indeed they are passive pins. So what we would do, see how they started machining it out there? Just machine it all the way back to those are all the deepest setting, and that way you'll be bumping only the 5 active pins and you'll be bypassing those on the side. Just a tip. There's always questions about what is an active pin and what is a passive pin. So very cool lock. Let me go ahead, now that the camera seems to be warmed up, and let me clamp this thing up. Let's see if we can't pick it and figure out if those are active pins. All right, let's take a crack at it. I did choose a tension wrench, just a little bitty serrated tension wrench, and I'm going to put him right here in the top, and I think that ought to handle it. I'm also going to try a German lock. I'm going to try a German pick. This is the medium hook from the SS Dev. I did slide it in there. It does seem like it fits in between most of the warding. There's a lot of dragging on those very sharp edges, and you know they did that on purpose. Let me zoom in a little bit. I've put the mic up there. A lot of you guys have suggested I get a contact mic, and unfortunately I can only use one mic at a time, so I got to choose contact mic or voice mic, and I prefer the voice mic, so we're going to go with it. That's one I already own, in fact. All right, so light tension. Let's see if we can figure this XP10 out. Try to find a binder. It feels like pin 3. Got a little click on him. Those clicks are nothing but me dragging on the warding. Okay, pin 4. I got 2 clicks on him. That was an accident, but we got to go with what we got. Pin 2, 1 click. Okay, that was pin 1. So we got to click on that. Pin 2 again, and 1 is still good. Got nothing. In the last several passes have been just, the clicks have been me on the warding, not the pins themselves. I should probably hear an air conditioner and a chirping bird in the background, you guys with bat ears. I'm going to try the rake. I think I've got most of the pins, but apparently there's 1 or 2 still resisting my best efforts. So see if I can maybe rake them and at least get a fault set out of this so we can go to work on the, there we go. So we can go to work on the side pins. Give a little extra. I did get a little bit of a fault set there. I turn that without hitting the microphone, you can see that just a little bit. Let me check these side pins real quick. I've drug out, this is a dimple pick, the flat flag, and let's see what the side pins say, because we are definitely right on the edge of this thing. They are still springy. All right, let's keep looking. So if we have a fault set, we probably have a T-pin or some kind of spool pin. So I'm looking now for some kind of counter rotation. And there he is. It's on pin 2, got counter rotation. Let me get the pick placed a little better. Don't think I got him. There we go. All right, I did get him. No open though. We're still got the same faults set. So let me see if there's, there he is. Last pin, pin number 5. All right, we got an open. Go ahead and slide that around and prove it to you. All right, the XP10. You know what? This was, there's no accountability for this lock because nobody sent their name or anything. Let me know it was coming. So kind of like our government, no accountability. I'm going to take advantage of that situation. I'm going to go ahead and chop this baby open. I'm going to slice it right here, and that way in the end we're going to have 2 locks to give away to 2 different people instead of just one. I'm going to slice it open. Let's take a look and see what kind of magic the XP10 holds for us. All right, let's take a look. It wasn't that difficult. This is a brass body that's just basically had this matte chrome finish, so it was pretty easy actually cut through. This is probably a very snappable lock. Still works, obviously. Move him up there. Let's take a look and see why that thing was hanging up. Well, we won't be finding that again. That really took off with quite a bit of energy. All right. I'm going to have to watch the side pins. Grab this guy. That ought to be, nope. It's going to be the big core. Look at there. You don't get to use that guy very often. All right, the side pins are going to be coming out of, let's double check, out of this side. So it'll be, the side pins will be on the top. So it should be a row here and a row on the top. I'm trying to hold those in with my finger. Okay, there are our 5 pins, and I'm holding those side pins in. Oops, first pin popped out right there. I'm going to just leave them there for a sec. These guys, there they are, right there. I'm going to leave them in for now. Let's go ahead and take these guys out of the top. Okay, standard, 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 come on, and standard. There's a pin right here too, guys. I'm going to put the key back in now. And let's see what those guys do. Okay, he's definitely protruding into the keyway. So when he's all the way in there nice and flush, that guy, I don't think he did anything. This one on the end here next to my thumbnail, only these 3 move in and out. So as long as we don't push those out, in other words, as long as there's a groove along that side of the key, these are totally passive pins. They don't do anything and they don't have to be picked despite my best efforts. Let's see if we can pop those out. I don't know if they come out or not. There we go. They do pop out. All right. Nothing weird. Oh, they got a little bit of counter mill on those chambers, but that really is not counter milling to make it difficult to pick. These pins are actually stepped, so that's to keep them from going too far into the chamber and to keep them from falling through into the chamber. So, and the top of there, nothing odd about that. There are no counter drill pins in this lock, so maybe it's a lower end lock. I still don't know what that guy is for. Let me get my beater block. Yeah, he's not coming out. He's pressed in there. No movement whatsoever. All right, let's take a look see what we got upstairs. We already had the first one come out. He was a standard pin. And the second one also has popped out. So he's a spool. And let me grab those two springs. Things are going to get confusing enough. All right, another standard. Nothing unusual about him. Chrome covered. And normal spring. Number 4. Here's another spool. Standard spring. And the last one, let's flip them and get them to the other side. I said we were. I think my follower's probably been banged, and so, yeah, there it is right there. So it's not going to come through that way. And the last one is the one giving us the trouble. That was the last one we picked. This is the German style T-pin. I love these things. They work great, obviously. And we got another, looks like another standard spring. So there you go, guys. There wasn't that much to the XP10. It was a 5-pin lock, 2 spools, and then one of the infamous German T-pins that really stopped. That is a steel pin. Unusual. So maybe that's their counter drill. Anti-drill. Let me grab, hopefully these aren't magnetized. So we have 3 steel pins. I guess that one is steel. I'm guessing. Nope. Only he's steel. And number 1 were steel. So those are your 2 anti-drill measures. And then we had 2 spools, both of them the same dimensions. And then we have this T-pin, all standard springs. And then there's 3 side pins. Thank goodness we're all just straight up passive pins. So there you go, the XP10. I've taken my time on this one. Tried to get it right. I don't often get these. Now I can put this thing back together, and now I got 2 logs to pass on to you guys. Appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal, and whoever sent this sacrificial lock, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.